We're going to do ribs a little bit differently today on the Kamado Joe. We've got 3.5 racks of baby back ribs, and that's a lot of work for me to do. So I've got my assistant here. My granddaughter from Japan has came in to give me a help with the ribs. And are you really experienced at doing smoked ribs?
No, it's my first time.
Your first time?
Yes.
Okay. Are you looking forward to it?
Yes.
Are you looking forward to just cooking the ribs or eating the ribs?
Eating the ribs.
Eating the ribs, okay. So we've got the ribs about ready to go on the smoker, but the smoker is, temperature is not quite right. I've got it a little bit too high, so we're waiting to get it down to about 230 to 250 degrees Fahrenheit. And centigrade, that's going to be about 140 degrees centigrade. So let's take a couple of minutes. We'll get the temperature set just right. 230, and then we'll smoke them using the traditional 3-2-1 method. Okay. You know what that is?
No.
3 hours smoking with smoke, 2 hours wrapped up in aluminum foil, okay. And then the last 1 hour we're going to unwrap the ribs, we'll put the sauce on it and back on the smoker, and that'll heat the sauce up and give it the real flavor. But the first 3 hours is all about getting the right bark on the outside of the ribs, so stick around. I think you're going to enjoy this one. You enjoy it so far?
Yes.
Okay, we'll get back with you. Okay, we've got these 3.5 racks of ribs here, and they're going to feed 9 people today. I've already removed the membrane from 2 of the racks, and I'll do this last one right now. And you can just get a butter knife or some kind of knife and work it into the edge until you get the membrane to come up. Then you're going to need to grab it with like a paper towel. It's very, very slippery. Just grab it, pull it right on down, and if you're lucky, you'll get it all in one pull, which I think this one here was pretty lucky. A little piece left right there. I'll just come back and clean that up. So there's the membrane removed, and that really lets the flavor go into the bone side of the ribs, and when you're cutting the ribs apart, you don't have to struggle getting it to come apart. And I trim off this, all of the dangling fat and the little meat chunks that might cook too quickly. Actually, they'll burn if you get the little pieces dangling off there. So just trim that up a little bit. That looks pretty good there. This rib here is going to need a little trimming right in here to get that off. Remember, these are baby back ribs because they're kind of short. The real rib has been longer. Have you seen the ribs that have been longer? And here in the States, we call those St. Louis style because they're longer ribs and they are not really trimmed up, but these are trimmed to look like they're really straight, uniform in size. Have you seen these kind of ribs in Japan before?
Yes, but not this big.
Not this big?
Yes.
Maybe just like a serving at a restaurant? Well, how about in Peru when you were in Lima down there? Did you see this kind of meat there?
Not really.
Okay, so we're all trimmed up, and we're going to put what's called a binder on here, and the binder is just something for the rub to stick to. So the binder we're going to use is this regular French's yellow mustard here, and when you put this on, after you cook it, you don't taste the mustard. You can't taste it at all, but what it does is it helps to keep the rub on the meat so the rub doesn't fall off. Okay, I've got my glove on here. Let's put some mustard on. Let me do one. I'll show you how to do it, Rosa, and then I'm going to come back and let you do some of that. So just spray it on there, and then I use the gloved hand to just rub it on. You don't need a lot.
Okay.
Just get it covered all over. Try to get the sides if you can. Then you can turn it over. This is why you need to keep one hand clean so you can do the mustard with the clean hand. Run that over. While I'm here, let me get this small one. We're doing a little half a rack of ribs that we had. Nothing fancy, just, okay, let's do that one there first. Yeah, that's good. Get the back side here. And then now, we're going to use this Killer Hogs rub right here. I've been using this a long time. It's really good. And what I do, Rosa, is just make sure your rub is kind of loose in there. It's not all balled up.
Okay.
And if you get good rub, it doesn't dry out and ball up. It stays loose so you can sprinkle it. And I'll do this little one here. And you just try to do an even coat on it like that. Then we'll flip it. And it's a little bit messy. You're going to get some on the table and all. You want to give that a try? And yeah, that's good. Just get that even coat all the way down. Okay, let's try to get a little bit on the sides right up in there. All right, that's good. Let me turn it for you. And this rub will just really give a great flavor to the ribs. It'll give it a good texture too, because it'll kind of turn dark and it'll build a crust up in there because it's got a little bit of brown sugar in there. All right, and we're all seasoned, and that's all there is to it to get it seasoned. Now, we're going to put these on a tray, take them out to the smoker. I've got the smoker warming up. I'm going to get it to about 230 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, Rosa, I think we're ready to get the meat put in the smoker.
Okay.
So we want to open it up. I've got this auxiliary rack in there to give us 2 racks. And I think we're going to need that. You've got the hot gloves on.
Yes.
Can you pick this up?
Okay.
And don't touch it to your skin because it is going to be hot. And let me put these on, and then I'll come back and let you set that back in place. Because we're going to have a full smoker here today. Okay, and get this one on there. And I hope we're going to be able to get that rack back on the top. Is that hot?
Yes, a little bit.
A little bit? Okay.
I feel it.
Okay. That end goes right there. See that little thing sticking up right there? Put that on there. And then the other 2 should go right in place. Okay, excellent.
Okay.
I'm going to spread these out a little bit so we get some heat circulation between the ribs. Going to get this other rack up here. I think I'm going to have to do it sideways like that. And then the small one, I'll put it right there. So we've got this Kamado Joe Classic 2 pretty much full. I think we're going to have a great smoke. So we're good to go. We're going to let this go for 3 hours, but we're going to come back and spritz it.
Ooh.
Spray it down with some apple juice and water. And our sprayer here, we'll do that about every 45 minutes or so.
Okay.
Okay, the ribs are on the smoker. So let's close her up, Rosa, and we'll come back in about 45 minutes and give them a spray of the juice. Okay, Rosa, it's been a little over 45 minutes, and I think it's time to check the ribs.
Okay.
Let's check them out.
Let's check. Woo.
Oh yeah, they're doing pretty good. Let's spray them with some of that apple juice and water if you want to do that. Just to keep them moist. Okay, we'll come back and check them again in about another 45 minutes.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to get the ribs out and wrap them up. I think they're ready to go. I got a nice bark on them. They're not done yet, but they will be in about another 2 hours. We're going to wrap them up. We're going to cook them about 2 more hours wrapped.
Whoa.
Yeah, they're bending some, but when they're done, they'll be much more flexible than that. When you're dealing with this hot meat like this, you need these glove liners because the glove liners will really protect your fingers. And I'll leave you a link in the comments down below if you want to check them out. I got these off of Amazon. And the last one here, we're just about ready to go. Gonna make sure our temperature stays at about 230. We're gonna give these 2 hours wrapped up. Then we'll come back and check them. Okay, Rosa, they've been wrapped and cooking for about 2 hours. Let's unwrap one and see what it looks like. What we're looking for is tenderness, and I can already tell you that they feel tender. The aluminum foil helped hold the moisture in. Yep, see how the bones have came back off of the meat? So that's telling me that they're going to be tender. Now, yep, see they're ready to fall off of the bone right now. I hope I can get them back on the heat without tearing them up. Have to be careful because these can be full of hot juices when you open up the aluminum foil. How's that look?
Wow. Beautiful.
Beautiful. Oh, look at that. They're ready to fall apart. Yeah, they are really tender at this point. Okay, let me hold the sauce, and if you want to use the brush and just brush some sauce all over those ribs. We're using Sweet Baby Ray's sauce, but you can use any sauce you want. Okay. And we're going to let this go about 30 minutes and come back and we'll flip the ribs and put more sauce on them. Sauce is a little bit on the thick side. Well, they look delicious, don't they, Rosa?
Yes.
They are really good. We're going to do a taste test now, and they are just about ready to fall apart. Let me cut into here, into the rib. And we'll cut one here. See, it just fell right off the bone. Okay, Rosa, let's try one and see how it is.
Okay.
There you go. They are just fall apart. Okay, try that. See what you think.
Okay. It's very good.
Good?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's real tender. It's got a good texture. Excellent taste. Now, you think you could do these on your own when you get back home? Smoke them. Pretty simple. It's really easy to do this. Just follow the, gotta swallow, excuse me, Follow the 3-2-1 method and you can't go wrong. 230 degrees and you're all set. So, would you like to tell your friends goodbye back in Japan?
Okay. じゃあみんなもこれも試してみてください。ありがとうございました。
Thank you for watching. Please click that subscribe button, and until next time, if you have to smoke, smoke something good.